I said I wanted to watch Black Panther again yesterday, but alas, it's not on video yet. So I'm therefore forced to watch clips of it on YouTube. But they're at least good clips, and therefore I can't really be that upset. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Yes, it is Tuesday. We have made it through Monday. So, in that regard, we can only move forward from here. So, you know what I've been thinking? I do talk about Trinity-Pawling a lot. But, in terms of giving a name to this sort of theme, I don't really have one. How about we fix that? So, from now on, if I am going to talk about Trinity-Pawling, I'll refer to today as TP Tales. How about we start with a really good one? This is known as the tale of Big Sexy. Yes, there actually was a fellow by the name of Big Sexy. It actually was around near the end of the year. And, I mean, we're all seniors. We want to do something really special before everything is done. So, we want to do something really special. You know, it was around this time for me that I was finished doing a series of one acts for the theater. I was getting ready to enjoy the fact that seniors do not have to take finals as long as their GPA is good enough. And it was around this time that someone had actually considered the idea for an end-of-the-year thing to have sort of be a spin-off of Mr. Universe, Miss America, whatever, and we would refer to it as Mr. TP. It honestly would have worked exactly like you would expect it to work. You know, there'd be a walkthrough, there'd be like a walkthrough or walk down the stretcher, whatever. There would be a talent competition, of course. There would most certainly be a questionnaire, as many of you would all know. And we all know that you absolutely cannot have a competition like this without the best part, which is, of course, the swimsuit competition. But let's be honest. Trinity-Pawling, I've said many times in the past, is an all-guys school. Therefore, no matter what happens, no one is ever going to look nice in a swimsuit. And to further indicate that, without any girls around to look nice for, none of us were really going to look nice for a swimsuit competition. However, it was in spite of all that there was one person who wanted to make that completely different, regardless of the circumstances. Now, in these videos, I keep going with the fact that I never name names so as not to embarrass or offend anyone. So, this person will still remain anonymous, although we refer to him as Big Sexy at the end of the story, so that's technically not anonymous anymore. He was actually a very big guy from South Korea, believe it or not. He actually wasn't very tall either. I think he might have been around maybe 6 foot tall. I mean, you're talking to someone who's 6'4". It's not very often I actually have to look up to see somebody. But that's just me. Anyway, this guy actually played football for Trinity-Pawling. And he was a lineman. A lineman that weighed about, I'd say around 280 plus. But he knew the swimsuit competition was on the way. So what did he do? He dramatically changed his diet. I don't think he had any. Actually, he might have had maybe something for breakfast and something for lunch. But what I do know for a fact he did have for dinner was just a little bowl of rice. And he got active, he started running more, and he ended up losing 40 pounds. Yeah, he went from 280 to 240. And it was after that, everyone referred to him as Big Sexy. However, there is a slightly tragic aspect of this tale. The Mr. TP competition, as much as we talked about having it, it never ever did come to fruition. Yep. You would think that after all that work that Big Sexy did to make himself become, well, big and sexy, that all that work was for nothing. But honestly, no. And I'll tell you why. Because during the final week of classes, there was basically a day where seniors had off. And we actually went to, if anyone's in the Horseheads, Cornell, Myra area, the place you went to is kind of like Park Station in that regard. In this regard, and with what it is. Don't worry, those of you who know what Park Station is know what I'm talking about. Basically sort of like a nature sort of center where you could like swim, play volleyball, do, stuff like that, have a picnic or whatever. And, we had a picnic. But also, we got to go swimming. And, we're a bunch of guys, so if we're on a dock, of course we're going to push each other in to the water because that's just what we do. Because, again, we're guys. This is honestly why we need women in our lives. I can't tell you how much we need women in our lives. Anyway, he ended up going to this thing with us. Well, actually, we all had to go. It was mandatory. And you know what? He had every opportunity to show off, and he did. And it was great. By the end of that day, and honestly through it all, everyone ended up tipping off their proverbial hats to the guy. And that is awesome. Although, if you want to know something funny that happened to me during that trip, I got to be buried in the sand. I mean, come on, there was like a sandy beach. How do you not want to get buried in the sand? Being buried in the sand is awesome. But yeah, there was that. And actually, one fun thing that happened on that trip that's a little that sidetracking little. We actually found a place to go cliff diving. That was cool. I mean, who doesn't love a good cliff dive into some water? And it was great. And then the best part is it was actually easier to get out of the water because we found a way to get out. It was great. But yeah, it was the perfect day to show off how hard he worked to look good. And honestly, I don't think anybody could fault him for that. So, the moral of the story is, always work hard. And even if things don't go the way you want them to, in a way, sometimes, well, actually all the time, it will inevitably find its way to work out. And I say work out as kind of a play on words, considering that this guy actually did work out a lot to lose 40 plus pounds. So you know what? That is awesome. Although I would like to point out one thing. He's known as Big Sexy, and he is Korean. I'm just saying, there is an opportunity for a potential white Big Sexy. You never know. Anyway, on that note, please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And remember, to all my viewers on Facebook, actually everybody, I'm humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful day today. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I will always have your back. In the exact same way that everybody had Big Sexy's back. So take care.